All right, so now we are preparing for our second call. Now, this should be on our calendar if everything went the right way the first time with the seller, right? So hopefully it's on our calendar. We should have our offer filled out in DocuSign or whatever online signature platform you use. Okay, and what I like to do is you're going to want to call the lead. And then as soon as they pick up the phone, send the contract, right? So that way you know that they're going to be there for that. Hey, how's it going? Hey, I just sent you over the contract a minute ago. It should be popping up in your email any second now, right? And then bam, we are now beginning our second call. And this is the contract review call. All right. Now, this call is very important. Again, remember, you are showing up as customer service in this situation. So you're going to want to call them, be very friendly. Hey, yeah, go ahead, take your time, check your email. Let me know when that's pulled up. And I've got it pulled up here in front of me, and we'll read it all line by line together. Okay. Then we go over the contract with them. Now, one of the things that's important about this is if it is a lower offer, your presence will automatically reduce their emotional reaction, right? If you weren't around and you sent them a low offer, they might open them and go, I knew they were going to do it. I knew it was going to be a low offer. They might have that kind of attitude. But if you're present, it might change their tune and they might say something like, oh, well, it is a little lower than I expected. But the fact that you were there gives them more emotional control. And then the more emotional control they have, the better that's going to work out for your rapport in the end. So you want to be present when they read that offer. It will help stop them from being too reactive if it is a low offer, right? And then it will help soften the blow for that relationship that you have with them. Now, if they talk about the price being low, okay, well, now we can reference our due diligence checklist. Okay. Oh, well, it's a little lower than I'd expected. Oh, yeah, no, not a problem. If you want, I can give you a little breakdown as to how I came up with this number, right? It's very important that we demystify the offer that we gave. Look, we didn't pull this number out of thin air and throw it at you, okay? What we do is we have a very intense process to make sure that everything we do is profitable. Okay, now when I was looking at the property, I saw that it was 3 acres and completely wooded, which means I would have to clear that property. Now, the last quote I got in your market was about $15,000 per acre to clear it. Okay. Now, so I worked that into the offer. So one of the reasons why it might be a little bit lower is because that is going to be a $45,000 investment for me to clear this property. Okay. I also saw that there is no electrical on the property. And did you know that the government does not install the electric for free on properties? I actually have to pay someone to come out. I have to pay for all the equipment, and I have to get it done. That's going to be about $10,000 to get that done. So if you're curious as to why the offer was a little bit lower, I worked those things in. Now I will say, if you plan on clearing the property or you plan on adding electrical, I can absolutely give you more for this property. But what I like to do is provide a white glove service, and we are already trained and ready to do these things on the property. So you don't have to worry about them if you don't want to. Okay, now we're making it make sense, right? It's very important for us to have that attitude in working with the sellers. And I like to often relate this to restaurants. Okay, at a restaurant, the chef doesn't come out and say, yeah, well, it looks like you ate $250 worth of food, right? No, they don't say that. Instead, at the restaurant, they give you an itemized receipt as to why the bill is that total. If you can in some way give that seller an itemized style receipt as to why your offer is what it is, they are going to digest that very respectfully. They're going to see how transparent you're being. They're going to see how upfront you're being. And then they're going to be able to pick and choose. Oh, well, actually, I will clear the property. Oh, you know what? I might add electrical, right? You're kind of giving them a choice almost as well. And they can either surrender and go, hey, you know what? I do want you to do it. Or, hey, actually, we'll take some of these things on. So this is just a great way to have the money talk without being threatening or without entering an intense negotiation. It's this very soft approach that our goal is to make. So we want to cover the offer, we want to cover the contract, and we want to handle any price objections. Now, if they do want more and you did leave room for that, right? One thing I recommend is our offers that we should never give our highest offer first, right? We should always give ourselves, 10 to 15%, 10 to 20% that we could go up if we still need to and us to make some money. So I recommend that as well. So we can then say, hey, you know what? Well, let me talk to my partner, see what we can do. You did bring up some good information today that might increase the property value. So let me go talk to my partner and see if I can come back with a little bit of a higher offer for you guys. Okay. So that's a great opportunity there if we are going to revisit this. Okay. But what's important here is the relationship with the seller. Okay. You are on their team. They are on your side. You guys are on the same side, right? And it's important to have that mindset when working with them. It's not you versus them, it's you and them versus the property, okay? And you are helping them fix this issue. Maintaining that mindset will absolutely get you the rapport you need to close this deal. And even if this doesn't work, they are going to like you enough by this point to continue working with you. I always say great deals are not taken, they are given. They are given by the seller. Okay. If the seller likes you, they will make sure that you close this deal.